Hello world, I'm Carp and welcome to Sunless Sea, which is, well, it's a game about weird things. It's about going with a boat on a sea that's beneath the world, or something like that. So, let's just start. Oh, we have the Zubmariner DLC as well. Let's just start a new game. Yeah, I'm sure I have another game going on there, but I haven't played it in a very long time. I looked at it and I had no idea what's going on, so let's just start a new game. As per usual, it's easier to explain a game when it's actually going on than what's happening than trying to say what it is. Captain's making. So, first of all, this is basically how the game goes. We have these things here. We got this book that tells us stories occasionally, and then, as you can see in the background here, we got this other screen where there's a boat. It's about, right about, can we move this book? Yes, we can move the book. Okay, there's our boat. And then we're gonna sail on this sea, the Sunless Sea here, because we are in the Fallen London. There's a game called Fallen London, and this is in the same world as that game. This is the Fallen London here. So, if I remember the story correctly, it's something like a bunch of bats took London and carried it into a big underground cavern where we are now. Now, the main part about this game is that this was, well, this is made by Failbetter Games, 2015, I think. And the main designer and writer for this game was Alexis Kennedy, who, well, if you a fan of my channel, you're not a fan of my channel, or if you follow my channel, or if you even look at the playlists on my channel or the videos, and there's a lot of Cultist Simulator on my channel. Alexis Kennedy is the guy who made Cultist Simulator, so this is the game he made before Cultist Simulator, and since there's a new Cultist Simulator DLC coming out in about a couple of months, I thought it was a good time to have a look at some of the other stuff he's done in his life. So, Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Oh, that's where it says it right there. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to Unterzee. Choose a past. Decide who you are and what you want to be. Go! Decide who you are. You now lodge in a room above the blind helmsman. Okay. Who were you? Now you're a captain, and you belong to the Unterzee. But who were you before? So we could have been a street urchin, a poet, a veteran of the campaign of 69, or a natural philosopher. And each of these will increase one of our skills. Our skills are here. The iron, which is uses to destroy, which increases the damage our attacks do. We have mirrors. Quicker you can find a firing solution in combat. Veils, decrease the rate at which enemies will spot you. Pages, increases the speed at which you convert fragments to secrets. And hearts sometimes help with tests around terror. I don't know, we've been... what was mirrors? This is mirrors. Fire solution cam. Sure, we've been a natural philosopher. Your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies. And now they take you out to Z. So, we will take that. Your acquaintance, the plausible surgeon, will serve as ship's doctor until you find someone better. Talk to him to find out why he went to Z. So we were a natural philosopher, now we are a Z captain. You're a stranger called this garden. Welcome to the world. We gain 20 echoes. Echoes are the currency of the bazaar and thus the currency of London. We get 25 mirrors. Oh, 25. Ooh, we get to 50 immediately. Well, that's nice. We now have one plausible surgeon over here, and someone is looking for passage in London. So, continue. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? Now, this thing, I've never won this game, so it kind of feels like it doesn't really matter what we choose here, because it's just not gonna happen. So, immortality sounds nice. Eternal life sounds like something you enjoy. And it's said that the presbyter, the ruler of the elder continent, has lived forever. Unlocked with under the Unterzee 1. You have 1. Oh, I think this must be from, because I don't remember this being here. This must be from the Zubmariner DLC. Well, you know what? Let's not pick that then. Oh, we can also pick this one because, you know, there has to be something done and it's not normal. So, I don't know. Let's have fulfillment. Gather 100 tales. Learn all you can of the Z. Write a masterpiece. Retire. An occurrence. Your objective ambition quality is now become London's most venerated explorer. Okay. Last scrap of paper. Captain, an irregularity with the Harbour Master's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? So this will determine what people call you a captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. So, let's be called captain. At last piece of advice. Explore. Take chances. This captain will probably die. Yeah, the sea is hungry, but each captain passes on lessons to the next. An occurrence you're addressed as quality is now captain. Okay. And then we can pick, let's be Uncle. Oh, my caps lock's on was on apparently. Uncle Carp, and let's see which of these faces looks the most like mine. Probably that one actually. Anything else got a beard? That one's got a beard. But this one also clearly has a mustache. Oh. Okay, I don't have that much of a mustache. That's more like the mustache that I have, but no, this looks the most like me. So we'll be this looking fellow here. So now we are in Fallen London, and there are a lot of stuff we can do here. So let's see. Advice for captains. Too much lamented M. Demono found a water grave long ago. Probably your end will be no better, but if you read this book of invaluable advice, your chances will improve. Okay, I think this is like the tutorial. Yeah, we'll just sell this captain. You're a veteran captain, require no more advice. Very well then, yes. Oh, we got 50 echoes. Nice. Okay, so Zubmariner tutorial. How to use your Zubmariner. Oh, can. How to acquire a submarine. Her Majesty's Admiralty has sworn off the submarine exploration. However, you heard tales of unofficial research in the submarine trial being conducted in her distant colony. Travel to southern coast and follow it east to find Port Carnelian. There you will learn how to convert your ship into a submarine. Be sure you're prepared for the journey. Okay. Passenger. Someone in docks wants to board your ship. Agree to carry the August travel while to the Gators Maw. He's prepared to pay handsomely for transport and is keen to commission your ship specifically. Well, yep, sure. Go! Welcome aboard. The August travel rider shakes your hand. His grip is distressingly strong. Thank you. It's Gators Maw I'm bound for first, he says. I hear they... You hear this over to your stoker who's carrying his steamer trunk up the gangplank. No need to trouble yourself. Give it here. Remember, Captain. Gators Maw. I'll pay you 150 echoes when we arrive. Bound for Gators Maw. Welcome. Okay, so that's a goal for us right now. Actually, let's just turn this off for a little while. So, this is... We could immediately just launch and get moving. We could go with our boat. Not very fast. We have, like, 2 speeds. Here's our speed. We can move... Oh, we can also move backwards. Here's our hunger of our crew member. Here is the terror. We will get terror when we're on the sea. Here is our fuel. We already wasted a lot of fuel. Shouldn't have actually done that. We gotta go to this spot to get back into London. Okay, let's dock here. Okay, let's actually see these things soon. So, your lodgings. Let's go see what in our lodgings. Here you may catch up with your correspondence, rest, or retire altogether from seafaring life. The better your lodgings, the better the quality of your retirement, naturally. So we can get here... we can read the morning paper. That's the only thing we can do here. Yeah, let's read the morning paper. The Unexpurgated Gazette, the magazine formerly known as London Magazine, the spiteful trumpeter news. The Canet is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Unterzee, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet, it hasn't. You'd know. Oh, a promotional coupon from Mrs. Plenty's provisioners for half cask of salt herring. You could use that. So we gained 1 supplies, and we got 1 recent news, which is a thing we can use for things. Okay, back to London. So let's actually head... Oh, now we are in London. Right. I was gonna click here, but we don't need to. London. She's the greatest city on the Unterzee, and don't you forget it. So we can adopt a Blemican Gallivanter. A Blemican sits atop a splintered crate, clicking and whistling at captains as they come near. Okay, sure, let's adopt this. A polite bow. You extend your hand and the Blemican leaps on. Its tendrils entwine with your fingers, and it chitters quietly. It meets your gaze and bobs its dome in greeting. It's very small. Is it old enough for naval service? You're pretty sure its mustache has been drawn on in pen and in an attempt to look older. As you approach your ship's gangplank, the creature flutes and vibrates with apparent happiness. The bosom winces as you bring it aboard. So we now have 1 Blemican Gallivant. So if we go into our hold, it's not in our hold, because in our hold we have stuff that we have actually on our boat. Except we have a whisper-locked puzzle. Speak the right phrase and the tumblers will online unlock it. But what is the right phrase? The alarming scholar may have some ideas. Right-click to use item. As say, this cannot be sold. Use. If you learn the phrase that opens it, you can do so here. If not, what do you intend? So we can throw this in the sea. We can break it open. Let's not. I have no idea what that actually was, but I think here in our journal, no. Oh, it's in our officers, right. The Blemican here is in our officers, and it would give us 3 mirrors and 2 pages, or we could speak to it. Let's speak to it. It has made its home on a shelf in your cabin. It has built a nest from loose journal pages, the engineer's scarf, and possibly pilfered map. And we can see, yes, it has a mustache that has been painted on. So it's kind of a mushroom creature. Entertain the Blemican. You can see indentation of a porthole on the rim of its cap. It must have been pressing its face on the windows again. Is it bored? Unlock and when something awaits you. Nothing awaits you. Time to leave port. You have this. Okay. Go. A ticklish thing. The Blemican flails and squirms as you tickle it. Its high-pitched wobble is almost certainly giggling. When you stop, check that you're not actually hurting. It wraps its tendrils around your fingers and pulls your hand back. Apparently it is enjoying itself. Right, okay. London, more things. Visit the Admiralty's survey office. They'll pay for information from the Z captains. Find out what and how. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in. First time you trade a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. Okay, is there anything particular you need? This port. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. You can check the details in your journal anytime. Retrieve strategic information from the Iron and Misery Company funging station somewhere not far from home waters. Okay. Can we speak with the higher authority? Once you've proven yourself, perhaps. Okay, survey 3 ports and return to win Admiralty's approval. Okay, leave the Admiralty then. We can't visit the university because we don't have things there. We cannot carouse the Wolfstack stocks. We could hire more crew. Alright, our crew number was somewhere, I don't remember well. We have 30 echoes to get more crews. Or we can offer passage to a tomb colonist. An immigrant will pay to be taken north, the Vendabite. We'll do this. It's a good thing to start with. It's oddly difficult to die in fallen London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. The tomb colonies in your hold. Take them north to the colony of Venderbright and sell them there. Okay. Anything else we can do here? Okay, not really. So let's go to shops. And let's buy some fuel. Let's buy fuel and let's maybe buy some supplies. Our cargo amount is there. I don't really know what would be a good amount. Let's buy so that we have 10 of anything. And then these other places we could buy others. Well, we could sell stuff here mostly. All kinds of stuff. And yeah, we could sell stuff here as well if we had. And these other places, yeah, from here we can buy things to put on our boat. Like we could put something in our auxiliary or something in our bridge. We don't have the money because I just used all of my money to buy stuff, but yeah, buy better weapons, better engines, better lights, all kinds of stuff. But hey, now we are in a situation where I think we can start moving. Let's talk to this guy. We can talk to this guy as well. Hello, my dear, my dear. Sit down carefully. Just let me tidy away these implements. We don't want any carelessness, do we? If we had secrets... Oh. Apparently, if we had pages no more than... Spending a seed will improve your pages, but not higher than 50. Right. Ask after his desires and ambitions. He's traveled much, seen all manner of wound and malady, but is there anything left for him to discover? Any places he wishes to go? The Shellonet. You know it? They collect corpses. He shifts in his seat. Vast, noble, complicated corpses. What I could learn. What I could see. My dearest captain, if we ever find ourselves in the Kellonet, I do hope you might see fit to release me from our arrangement. Don't know if this is supposed to be the Kellonet or the Kellonet or Kellonet. How? Well, I might pronounce it whichever of those ways that just fits me in that particular moment. So it can be somewhere in the far east of the Unterzee. Yes, okay, and I think that's all we need here. All right, let's put the Blemican because we have a comatose ferret. Mostly it's immobile. Occasionally it's feral. But gives us 1 heart. But this one gave us 3 mirrors and 2 pages, so we'll put him as our mascot. And then let's just start moving. We'll launch, and we'll go to full speed. We'll turn off the lights since we're in a lighted area here, and the lights use more fuel. And then we're just off, and we're probably gonna go towards north first to what was it called, Venderbright, to get our things there. And yeah, this is the speed at which we're moving in this early part of the game. This is really slow going. And so if we look at the map now, there are like this area, like the edges, the left edge and the bottom edge are always the same thing. There's like basically this is, I think it's like 5 or 6 squares that this is. Maybe it's even more. This is divided into basically. And yeah, the things on this side and the bottom here are always the same, but then everything else is kinda changing from game to game. And when I mean kinda, it means like there's, for instance, the one guy who wanted to go the Chelonet. Chelonet is somewhere about here, always. So it can never be here. It can always be like on like somewhere here-ish. Don't remember exactly. And that's the same for pretty much every other location in the game as well. So there are certain places that are always the same place, and certain places that will change. And one thing we need to be careful about is terra here. So when we go to sea, terra will increase, but when we're close by to land, you can see the terra level isn't very high. Ow! Didn't really mean to actually hit that thing. Let's go to Hunter's Keep here. Dock. A quiet isle. A grand old house. Okay. Zubmarine tutorial. I understand. Yay. Okay. Hunter's Keep. A hump of dark rocks with mist like 100 other Unterzee islands. But here's a grand house. Windows aglow. Lawns, impossibly green and lush in the fall starlight. Raked gravel paths. You stand on dock as the sea nudges the ship's side. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. So we can present ourselves at the house, and we can walk in the gardens, we can reconnoiter the island, or we can spy on the house. Maybe we can get a lot of whales. Okay, first of all, let's do the reconnoitering. We'll get the port report. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the isle. The house and the sisters. But the admiral may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. Okay, let's roll for a modest challenge here. We got a 75% chance of success, so let's roll. Spy on the house. Piano music drifts across the terrace. You appear through a half-open French window into a grand parlor. Grand in size, if a little reduced in style by dust and neglect. A dark-haired, pale-skinned young woman bends earnestly over a piano keyboard. Another, fair-haired but unmistakably her sister, sprawls on the sofa with a book. A third sits by the fireplace, staring sorrowfully into the embers. Soon, she says, and the piano music falters and stops. We'll go hungry, and then the end will come. For me, but not for you. The pianist raises her eyes from the keyboard. Hush! If you don't speak of it. She frowns. Has she seen at the window? You withdraw. So, we succeeded in the high challenge. Now we know something of Hunter's Keep. And we gained 40 fragments. I think fragments were these. And yeah, when we get to all the way up here, we get a secret. And then we can change the secret to a skill level up with our officers here. Okay, let's go and present ourselves at the house now. Knock and enter. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you in the parlor where 3 young women wait. A visitor! The youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The oldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You're very welcome. I'm Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You're in for a good time for lunch. Will you join us? And now we are acquainted with the sisters. You'll find a story when you next make port. You'll receive this from time to time as you travel the sea. Okay. This is the same thing. Yeah, okay, we can luncheon with one of the sisters. Wait, why is this locked? Unlocked when something awaits you is nothing awaits you. Time to leave port. Okay, nothing awaits us. Fine. It'll probably give us supplies or make our hunger go to 0. So let's luncheon. The eldest, melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. Sunny, restless, prone to giggles, soft-voiced, watchful, unpredictable. That sounds like the sea to me. Phoebe has a story to tell, of 2 lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the dining room to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The Unterzee shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spine things pulse in the depths. There is a scent like the scent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there, you finish the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. That's all for now. I have a memory of distant shores now, and I'm acquainted with Sisters Hunter's Keep. I gained 1 supplies. I've lost hunger, and fragments remain unchanged. And we have The gods of the Z storms attention. Okay, then we can... Okay, let's go to our journal first. So here in our journal we have these things. We have acquaintances. We are acquainted with the sisters here. We have memoirs. We are... okay, this is just our past and things. We have objectives here, which are to become London's most venerated explorer, to go to these places, and then here is the gods of the Z. An ancient anger knows you. I'm not sure if that's like a good thing or not, but every time I play this I come here first, because this is like the, you know, the first spot on the path towards north. Wait, what's that? That looks like that's a thing as well. Let's see if we can go there, and let's turn off the light. One other thing about this game is... Oh, I'm guessing, okay, because this is like a place to dock. So I'm guessing this is a place where we can dock if we actually had... Oh, we're... Gotta make sure that our terror is... It doesn't actually... Because now our terror is 2. Terror is increasing, yes. The sea is dark and... Well, we also have Z-bats here we can send out to scout for things. Actually, let's get closer. Okay, there's a buoy. Let's go towards the buoy. Now, but what I was trying to say, another thing about this game is a lot of this game is just doing this sailing, going from place to place, and just being on the sea and like trying to maintain the terror level by, you know, turning on lights occasionally and putting them off when, you know, it's green, and then when you're close. Like, there's no reason for us to keep the lights on while we're this close to the shore. We went to... Oh, actually, apparently there is. So we can see like this. Now, when it's green, it goes down, I think, or it doesn't go up at least. So then it's usually just, you know, you can just turn it off. And when it's this color, it's pretty much fine when we're not too far from anywhere. Occasionally, just turning the lights on, and yeah, it went a little bit down there. So that's kind of thing. This game is like, mechanically, that's one of the biggest things to do in this game. And then we're gonna dock here at Venderbright. You brought this decaying immigrant north. Now what? An absent friend. It is everything I imagine, he tells you breathlessly. But there's someone missing. Please, bring her to me. She went off the Mangrove College. She needs to get out of London. But Venderbright is just as safe as the college. And I'll wager she's bored of mud by now. Look for the shady sort in the Mangrove College, somewhere in the south of the Unterzee. Okay, that's one thing for us. And then we can go to the tomb colony. On deck, you can hear the sound that 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. A couple things we can't do here because they are locked, because... Oh, we need the submarine for these. Right, if we had money, we could have a dusty glass of wine. But without that, we can explore Venderbright. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colony stands still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. Okay. A little chapel stands low. You poke your head through the door. The walls are deep red, just this side of scarlet. A ruby in the window at the back glows with steady light. An electric lamp behind the glass. Rare and expensive, but this is no gaslight. No one is here, and yet you must have the sensation that only a moment ago someone must have been here. So, we can find something here, so sure, let's do that since we can. Unhungred! There is an altar, a block of basalt, there are pews, a pulpit, no Bibles, no hymn books. The stained glass window is red of cochineal. Inscription on the lintel of the door reads, "For I was unhungred, and ye gave me meat." That is all. The crew are eager to leave. No one looks back. So we get some fragments and we gain some terror, which is not good because terror can cause bad things later on, but it doesn't matter at this point. Like, so little terror. When it goes to, I think 20 is the kind of limit where bad stuff might start happening. So we can visit the first curator as well. Z captains. The first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all the oldest tomb colonies, but even tomb colonies dissolve in the end. Its time is close. No more light, the obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in latticed ivory tube. There's no other source of light. A banded shape no larger than a child lies crumpled on a couch. He lifts his head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish his voice from the soft buzz of the bees. So, let's listen to a whispered request. "Z, Captain. Silkskin. Not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors. 7 colors. Pay. Well." 7 colors? Cosmogon. Irigo. Pelegin. Stewart has. List. Find from here and there. Across the white black Z. So let's ask about the Grand Sanatorium. One hears the name whispered here and there in the arcades of Winterbright. A low, long chuckling. "Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know." The chuckling becomes a cough. "We don't die here below. Not unless we go to sea. So we needed something else. Somewhere to end." Right, let's accept a commission. "Thank you. This poor flesh thirsts for colors." No more words. It collapses, rustling back to the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. "The book?" "Yes, the book." He hands you a slim illustrated volume. "The creator is old. Old as dust. We'll all be grateful if you do this one last favor." So we have the Neath Bow, and we have pages from it that tell us things. So, is it in our journal then? Is it in our hold? It is in our hold. The Neath Bow. A book for children. 1 page is devoted to each of the colors of the Neath, which are not found on the surface. So there is the Apocean. Awakes Apocean, the blue of memory and brightest coral. Sea lights Cosmogon, the color of remembered suns. The fecund, the voted, the fungal. These flourish in the glow of Cosmogon. G is lost in Gant, which remains when all other colors are eaten. Gant can be found where shadows are myriad. I is for Irigo. No one remembers why. Irigo colors the forgotten corners of home. P drowns in Pelegin, the color of the deepest Z. Someone has called in the margin. Beyond the gate there is a sea more sunless. Right. V marks violent, when blood is shed in a spired place. Violent ink is employed for the most desperate treaties. Behind your mirror, V names Virik, the color of shallow sleep. Okay, so do we have like... What's... Oh, is it G? Yeah, G is the button. I thought I was pressing the wrong button there. So journal, our objectives are to go to Mangrove College or Iron Misery Company Funking Station, and you wanted to go to the Kellonet. So those are the goals we have right now, or we could just sail where we want. Because basically one of the things we want to do is, when we go back to London, we want to have the port report for as many places as we can. So maybe we'll continue going north. We'll go all the way up a little bit this way and then come down and back to London. Because we get, if I remember correctly, we get fuel from bringing the port reports back. So we're gonna want to have extra fuel. We're gonna want to have some extra supplies for things. But I mean, we haven't really, a lot of our fuel hasn't even been wasted. Okay, we don't want to go to red, but we can just like keep switching our light on and off. If it goes to red, we go back to a light so that it's green, and then back like this. But yeah, I was talking about the fact that this is most of the gameplay here. I'm wondering if I should be editing this out, because I have a habit of editing out all kind of boring stuff from videos. So if you have any opinions on that, I'd really like to know. Oh, there's an iceberg, a living iceberg. Because I can do both. I can keep this, all of this in, and then just try to figure out things to... Ooh! Didn't actually mean to crash there. I thought we... Because I know we can go through this arc. I thought we could already go from that point. Ow! I know we can go through this arc. What did you hit here? Yeah, because... a lot of the part of the charm of this game, at least for me, is the fact that this is kind of a chill thing. You can just go slowly across the ocean and just, you know, do it like that. But I could also just cut out all of the sailing stuff and just say, hey, cause there's gonna be battles on the seas as well, so I could show those. But if you have any opinions on that, please let me know, because we're gonna end this video here, and we're gonna continue here at the Wither in the next one. I'm Uncle Carp, this has been Sunless Sea. Goodbye, world. Thanks for watching. See you next time.